Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or BJJ, is one of the fastest-growing martial arts in the world, but its story begins long before it ever reached Brazil. The roots of the art stretch back to ancient forms of grappling, practiced by warriors across multiple cultures, eventually evolving into the Japanese jiu-jitsu used by samurai on the battlefield. These systems focused on using leverage, joint manipulation, and positional control to defeat an opponent, especially when armored combat or close-quarters fighting made weapons impractical. Over centuries, these techniques refined and diversified, eventually contributing to the birth of modern judo. Under Jigoro Kano in Japan, an art that emphasized throws, ground control, and training for real efficiency. In the early 1900s, one of Kano's top students, a skilled judoka and prizefighter named Mitsuyo Maeda, began traveling the world to demonstrate the effectiveness of his grappling style. Maeda fought in challenge matches, taught seminars, and showcased his techniques to audiences everywhere he went. His journey eventually brought him to Brazil in 1914, where he continued teaching and performing demonstrations. It was here that he met a young man named Carlos Gracie, who became fascinated by the effectiveness of Maeda's fighting methods and began studying under him. Carlos absorbed Maeda's teachings and shared them with his younger brothers, most notably Elio Gracie. While Carlos learned the techniques directly, Elio's contributions became one of the defining turning points in what would become Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Elio was physically smaller and not as strong as his brothers, so he adapted the techniques he learned, modifying them to rely even more heavily on timing, efficiency, leverage, and intelligent body positioning. Instead of brute force, he emphasized technique, making the art accessible to people of all sizes and abilities. These refinements gradually transformed the Japanese base into something new, a uniquely Brazilian style of submission grappling. In 1925, Carlos Gracie opened the first Gracie Academy in Rio de Janeiro, marking the formal birth of what would soon be known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The Gracie family became known for issuing open challenge matches, testing their art in Vale Tudo, no rules, fights designed to prove effectiveness in real combat situations. These challenge matches helped build the reputation of the Gracie style and served as a real-world testing ground, where techniques that worked were kept, and anything ineffective was refined or discarded.